Unlock more? JustProfessor here. You push down your emotions thinking they will disappear, but they are just building up. You feel something. Something uncomfortable. Anger, sadness, frustration, fear, and instead of dealing with it, you ignore it. You tell yourself it is not a big deal. You push it down. You distract yourself. You pretend it is not there. And it works. For a while, you feel fine. You feel in control. You feel like you handled it, but you did not handle it. You just buried it. And buried emotions do not die. They grow. They spread. They leak into everything you do. Your relationships, your decisions, your health, your peace. And eventually they explode, not when you choose, but when you cannot hold them anymore. And when they come out worse, bigger, more destructive. Because you spent so long pretending they were not there. This is called emotion suppression bias. And it is the reason you keep losing control when you think you have it. Here is how it works. Your brain believes that not feeling something is the same as not having something to feel. So when emotions show up, you try to suppress them. You tell yourself to calm down, to get over it, to move on. And your brain tries to comply. It pushes the emotion out of your awareness. It hides it. It buries it somewhere you cannot consciously see, and you feel better. You think the emotion is gone. But it is not gone, it is just hidden. And hidden emotions do not fade. They fester, they build pressure. And eventually they leak out, in ways you do not expect, at times you do not control. This is why emotion suppression bias is so dangerous. It makes you think you are managing your emotions when you are actually making them worse. You think you are staying calm. You think you are being strong. You think you are handling it. But you are just delaying the breakdown. And the longer you delay, the worse it gets. Most people think suppressing emotions is smart. They think feeling less is being more in control. They think pushing through without processing is strength, but it is not. It is avoidance. And avoidance does not solve problems. It just postpones them. And when they finally surface, they are harder to deal with, more intense, more overwhelming. Because you gave them time to grow in the dark. Think about what happens when you suppress anger. Someone does something that upsets you, and instead of addressing it, you swallow it. You tell yourself it is fine, that you are overreacting, that it is not worth the conflict. So you smile, you stay polite. You act like nothing happened. And you think you handled it maturely, but you did not. You just pushed the anger down. And now it is sitting in your body, in your mind, waiting. And the next time something small happens, you explode. You overreact. You get disproportionately angry, and you do not understand why. You think you are losing control, but you are not. You are just finally releasing what you have been holding. And it comes out all at once. Bigger and uglier than it would have been if you dealt with it when it first showed up. Or think about sadness. Something makes you sad. And instead of letting yourself feel it, you distract yourself. You keep busy. You tell yourself to stay positive. You avoid thinking about it. And for a while you feel okay. But the sadness is still there, just hidden, and it starts showing up in other ways. You feel tired all the time. You lose interest in things you used to enjoy. You feel numb, disconnected, and you do not connect it to the sadness you suppressed. You think something else is wrong. But nothing else is wrong, you just never dealt with the original emotion. And now it is affecting everything. This is what emotion suppression does. It does not eliminate emotions, it just moves them out of your awareness, into your body, into your behavior, into your future. And you pay the price later, in physical tension, in emotional outbursts, in damaged relationships, in poor decisions. All because you thought not feeling was the same as healing. Now think about how this creates cycles. You suppress an emotion, it builds up. It leaks out in an ugly way. You hurt someone. You regret it. And then you feel shame. And what do you do with the shame? You suppress that too. You push it down. You tell yourself to forget it, to move on. And the cycle continues. More suppression, more buildup, more leakage, more regret, and you never break free. Because you never actually process anything. You just keep burying and wondering why you keep exploding. And here's the thing. You think you are protecting yourself by suppressing emotions. You think you are avoiding pain. But you are not. You are just spreading the pain out. Making it chronic instead of acute. Making it constant instead of temporary. When you feel an emotion and process it, it hurts for a moment and then it passes. But when you suppress it, it hurts quietly and constantly. It sits in your body. It drains your energy. It colors your thoughts. And you do not even realize how much it is affecting you because you convinced yourself it is not there. Think about people who seem calm all the time, who never get upset, who never show emotion. You might admire them. You might think they have it together. But most of the time, they do not. They are just really good at suppressing. And that suppression is costing them. They are exhausted. They are disconnected. They are one trigger away from falling apart. But they look fine, so you think they are fine. And they think they are fine, until they are not. This is the trap. Emotion suppression bias makes you believe that control means not feeling, that strength means not reacting, that maturity means not showing emotion. But that is not true. Real control is feeling your emotions without letting them control you. Real strength is processing your emotions instead of avoiding them. Real maturity is expressing emotions in healthy ways instead of pretending they do not exist. This means suppressing emotions is not discipline, it is denial. You are not managing your feelings, you are ignoring them. And ignoring problems does not make them go away. It just makes them grow in the dark. Every emotion you push down is still there. Still active, still affecting you, you just do not see it. And when you do not see it, you cannot manage it, so it manages you. It influences your mood, your energy, your thoughts, your reactions. And you have no idea why you feel the way you feel because you disconnected from the source. So here's what you need to understand. Emotions are not the enemy, suppression is. Emotions are information. They tell you what matters, what hurts, what needs attention. And when you suppress them, you lose that information. You lose the ability to understand yourself, to know what you need, to address what is wrong, and you end up living in a fog, disconnected from yourself. Reacting to feelings you do not understand. Exploding at times that do not make sense. All because you spent so long pretending you did not feel anything. You do not have to act on every emotion. You do not have to let emotions control your behavior, but you do have to feel them. You have to acknowledge them. You have to let them move through you instead of trapping them inside you. Because trapped emotions do not disappear. They just poison you slowly. Emotion suppression bias tells you that not feeling is strength, but it is not. It is weakness disguised as control. Real strength is feeling everything and staying grounded. Real control is processing emotions instead of bottling them. Real peace comes from letting emotions pass through you, not from locking them away. Stop pushing your feelings down and wondering why you feel so heavy. Stop pretending you are fine when you are not. Stop believing that suppression is the same as healing. It is not. Suppression is just delayed pain. And the longer you delay, the worse it gets. Feel what you feel. Process it. Let it go. That is how you actually move forward. Not by pretending emotions do not exist, but by letting them exist and pass. Subscribe if you want to understand the emotions you have been ignoring.